Dallas Cowboys. We watched them last night. That was a mess. 28-14 loss to the struggling, I guess, or a mediocre, middling Tennessee Titans. After a bye, both teams had a bye, but still, Dallas looked atrocious. And Troy Aikman, Hall of Fame quarterback, 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Who won 3 Super Bowls wearing that Cowboys uniform.
Yep.
And is beloved, a part of one of the all-time great teams in the NFL. They won 3 out of 4.
That is one of no doubt about it. One of the greatest teams in NFL history. He comes out, and I give him credit because he didn't mince words. He said that there need to be major organizational changes in Dallas. Here's Troy Aikman.
This team over a long period of time has been what it's been. And it hasn't always mattered who the head coach has been. And so to me, if you're asking me, I'd say there has to be a complete overhaul of the entire organization. You just can't simply replace head coaches and say, now it's going to be better. No, it's been shown that it's not better. I've heard Jerry say, okay, look, we're going to do it differently. I'm going to do it differently. I can no longer, but it's the same. Nothing changes.
Look, the bottom line.
What a nice, honest take.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, he could have went further and said Jerry needs to sell the team.
But that ain't going to happen.
Jerry's a problem. No, that's not realistic.
That thing is worth a few $1 billion. I just think that's not going to happen.
That's not realistic.
It's just not.
But Jerry, at the very least, needs to turn over the GM duties. Actually, the first step, Rob, before that is to fire Jason Garrett. And I'm not one that likes to call for coaches' jobs, but come on. What are we waiting for? If you want to give him the end of the year and basically this year is a wash, it's over, you're not making the playoffs, you're not making any noise, okay. But Jason Garrett is not the guy that should be coaching America's team, in air quotes. I put that in air quotes because I don't think they're America's team anymore.
I told you they're South America's team because their record is usually under 500.
Right. I like that.
You like that? South America's team.
That was my rim shot. Alex didn't like it.
There we go. He didn't like it. But anyway, first of all, Jerry Jones runs it like a mom and pop store. His son is a VP. And whenever you got a family running, it's not a family business. Go get you football people. The reason that Jimmy Johnson couldn't do it no more, right? The reason Bill Parcells couldn't do it anymore is because he wants to be metal. He wants to do stuff. You hire people, delegate them to do their jobs. The reason that Jason Garrett isn't going anywhere is go look at the list of coaches that he's had other than Parcells the last, 5,
Jason
6.
Garrett, Wade Phillips, Bill Parcells, Dave Campo. Is that it?
Yeah, Dave Campo. And there was another guy, right? Who's the other guy?
Chan Gailey.
Look at the motley crew of coaches.
Yep. Parcells was the only
guy who stood up to him, right?
Yeah, and then he didn't last very long.
No, but that's the problem. And I'll say this: if you're a anti-Dallas Cowboy fan, you should be loving every minute of this.
Yeah, I'm sure
you should hope that Jerry Jones lives a long, prosperous life, and because he'll never give it up. I don't believe it.
And I don't blame him for not giving it up. It's your baby. You don't.
But the only problem is,
but hire some football people. Get your son out of there. Give your son a consultant job.
Just give him money.
Where he's got a title and he's doing nothing.
Exactly.
And let some football people run this team. This is 23 years now.
Are you ready? Since they won the Super Bowl in '95, 21 years, Chris. They're 2-8 in the postseason. That's all they are. In 21 years. 2
playoff wins in 21 years.
That's it. That's all they have.
I mean, come on.
And
it's terrible.
And it's not a shock that once Jimmy Johnson, remember, even though I know Barry Switzer won that, but that was with Jimmy Johnson's team. It was already in place. And Switzer just had to be a babysitter. But once that was over, that was it. That was it. And he still thinks that he was a part of that he was the guy. I'll give you this. Has he gotten some good players along the way? Yes, he has.
They have had a lot of all-pros.
Okay.
And that is
But it hasn't translated into wins.
No.
And that's, what do I always say, Chris? Pro sports has a short menu. It's wins and losses.
That's what
it's
I told
nothing
you
else.
in the Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady debate.
No, that's something
That's
different.
what I told you. And you,
We're not talking
you
about
agreed.
that. I'm not agreeing with that.
I know. But you're right. Wins and losses. And that's what, look, Jerry Jones, I'm looking up the stat right now, but he has gotten a lot of all pros. So if you want to try to make the argument
But the other part,
that
too,
they get talent.
They get talent. But they also get top picks because they're not in the playoffs. They also
True. Very
Do you know what I mean? So when you usually get good teams, don't always get those players because they're already gone. Do you know what I mean when you're drafting?
Here it is. They've had 67 Pro Bowlers since 2002. Okay? That's the most in the NFL over that span.
No doubt.
So if you want to argue they've got talent, then why are you a mediocre team at best?
But they have
coaching? Then get rid of Jason Garrett. I wouldn't look. If Jerry hired a new coach and gave him power, let him coach the team with his talent, then I would buy that as a Cowboys fan for a year or two, see what it does. And then if that doesn't work, then Jerry has to give up. I would think he won't do it, but give up his GM spot.
Not going to happen.
Give up his president.
I just
like,
don't
let a football guy come in.
He played
and
football.
Make those.
This is his baby.
That don't mean I played basketball. That don't mean I can run an NBA team.
I'm just saying, but you don't also have a $2 billion franchise that whatever it's worth.
No,
what is
I
it worth
get
now?
his ego, but he's not. What qualifies him to run this team?
Nothing, and that's the problem. We've seen this with owners before.
He's Al Davis. He's
right.
Al Davis.
But Al Davis, he won early and then the same thing. Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah, they have a very similar. And when once you've won and you think that I'm gonna win again, and that's the whole thing, he just still believes that the magic is going to come back. But the results, again, since '95, since they won that Super Bowl, 2-8 in the postseason, which is not impressive. They're not America's team.
No.
People watch for the train wreck. Last night was an embarrassing train wreck because they went out and got Amari Cooper. They gave up a first-round pick. Hey, this is going to fix Dak. And then he throws a touchdown to Amari. I got it, 7-0 Cowboys. Whoa, it's a home game after a bye.
Yep.
All the stuff is stacked up for the Cowboys. Tennessee's not that good. Mariota's not that good. This was supposed to be a win. No points in the second half. He threw a terrible pick. Did you see the pick that he threw? Terrible. And what was that? Quadruple coverage, triple coverage, whatever you want to say.
You're in a bad division.
Right.
You're in a bad – sorry to your Philadelphia Eagles.
That's all right. They're going to win the bad division, and then they're going to repeat as Super Bowl champs.
I don't know about that.
Just remember I told you.
You're just hoping they get into the postseason.
They are going to get there.
Jacksonville's not getting into the postseason.
Yes, they are. The season's not over for Jacksonville.
You're going to have 2 picks. At least I picked the Patriots. They get into the Super Bowl.
No, they're not. Stop.